Yeah, does it work? Does it work too? هذا جرب تنجبنا فرق.
I will use burnt sienna and burnt umber, and I like to have some round brushes, so I like to use this number 6 round and number 4, and I think they are big enough for the bird. I hope. Let's see. Okay, let me put it here so we can see what we are doing. Can I make it larger? Not, no. Okay, let's start with this nice burnt sienna, because I see a lot of burnt sienna here. And is that a bird? Yeah, and we need to start from here, from the forehead, and going back. I'm trying to go to my pencil lines so they will nicely vanish. Here everything is in shadow, so I just want to have nice and smooth wash. Here there is a little light here, so let me leave a little white. We can always cover it if it will not work. It is brown pelican, so this brown color is a must. Here I have hard edges. Let me touch it so they will not be that hard. I'm touching it with wet brush. There you go. We don't have those lines anymore. How about here on the forehead? Yes, let's touch it here too. Nice. Now the wings. Wings have a lot of light, but here I like to have some contrast, so I like to cover them like this. Beautiful color. Here we can leave a little bit sunshine here, a little bit white, and here we will continue with this darker color. And I noticed that it has some white on the tips of his feathers, so let's don't go to the end of those feathers. Let's leave some white at the end. It will look nice. Okay, now let's see, where do we want to leave this white? Like here, like here, maybe a little here. So let's go around. I don't know if you can see the details because it is pretty small birdie. Well, I'm looking at the feathers at my reference photo, and I'm trying to not to cover everything. I'm trying to spare some white. have to look at the photo too when you are trying to do it. And you know, it doesn't need to be exact. It is a pattern, I guess. You know, you can notice that pattern and you are repeating it, so you're looking for those whites and you are trying to do some whites. Okay, here is the feather that is going under this one, because it is going under, so it definitely is in shadow, right? So I will have to start here from the shadow for this one, and I will leave some whites. Here we have a lot of shadows, and here we have white again. So let me put the color around, because I want to leave the background white here, so I need some color, but here in the middle I like some highlights, so I will just touch the edges with wet brush, and I will create this highlight here, and it will be nice and smooth highlight. Here. Alright, do we have some shadows here? Yes, we do. So let's put some. There is actually a lot of shadows here. And his tail is all in shadow, so I will not do any white here. Later maybe I will spare some of that burnt sienna, but right now I don't need any white anymore. Nice. Now his feet are some kind of grayish, so I will go to my gray and I will cover his feet. It's too much water, you see. It's hard to control when you have too much water on the brush. This is why I have that handkerchief handy. So this is his one foot, and here is his another foot. I have a feeling that he is in motion, but this foot is some kind of like up high. Okay, when I have gray on my brush, I like to go to his beak, because his beak is all gray. So let me put this gray. He's got such nice gray eye. I like to put this gray here because, as I said, it is on white, but here I like to leave it because this white will work for me. Alright, here will be some darks, and I like to smooth this line because it is some kind of smooth, and this part of his beak is all gray. Let's put it all grayish color. Later, for my second wash, I will paint it one more time with something dark. But first, let's do just gray. Nice. Okay, let's wait and see. I was thinking about setting him on some grass. So while he is drying, let me put some grass here. Oh, here we go, very nice. Yes, he's got very nice gray. And on this side, because he's got the light from the front, I like to create longer shadows, but not at this moment. Okay, so we've got the grass, and let's take a break. Now I can take a look at my Pelican and check what I like to change. To see better, I like to start with erasing all the pencil lines that are sticking out away. I like at that moment, I'm just leaving the eye because of some kind of, I don't know, I want to know where it was, but all the rest I like to erase. Here you will see some nice whites that I left. So here you see how his feathers are glowing here without this pencil, and here I see some lines on the tail and here on the beak. Now I can see what I can do about him. So the next thing it will be just looking at my reference. Here I don't know if I have a glow or not. So what I see is this light here on the beak, a little light here, also on the beak, but it is like a rare part of the beak. I have light here and light here, and the rest is in the darkness. So on mine I will have this light, but still I need to add my darks, because it is pretty like I'm halfway to my darks. So I'm using I will use the mixture of my burnt umber, and here I have my ultramarine blue. This is what I want to do. So I like to have some kind of grayish color, and mixing my browns with ultramarine will always give me some nice grays. Look at this gray, beautiful. Alright, so this is my large, not that large, number 6 brush, and at some point I like to switch to something smaller. I even think that maybe I should do it right now. That brush will be too big. Okay, this is my number 4. Number 4, and I'm looking again at my reference. You know what, let me put this reference somewhere close. You cannot see it. Maybe I will be able to put it somehow on the screen. So there is darks here. I see a dark dot in his eye, and there are some darks. It's a lot of darks here, and they are not like that. They are not, you know, blobs. I will add water to it soon, so it is nice. And here there is a lot of darks, and there is such a prominent line on the beak, so I like to go with that line. I don't see it here, but I see some of it here, and under that light I think I have some shadows here too. Now I'm coming back with a dry brush. So I like to spread this dark spots a little bit, like so, like that. And here, here, here. Okay, and I'm looking at that line. It is soft on this side, so that's why I'm adding a little bit of water here. And it is some kind of soft on this side, so that's why I also will touch it with the tip of my brush, like this. You see how smooth it is right now. Beautiful. Yes, and how about the eye? So he's got some darks above his eye. I know that it is hard to see now. Probably you cannot see anything what I'm doing, but I like to put some darks at the top of his eye and at the bottom of this eye, actually. I like that. And when this dot will be dry, I will add some blue to this white, because I don't see white in his eye at all. Now you see how his neck here is darker against these wings, right? So this is what I will do now. I will emphasize this contrast here, like this, like that, and on his neck there is a shadow from his beak, actually. So let me put these darks here, and these darks start like here. A lot of darks. And no, let me do this back, I mean the bottom of his beak a little bit darker, like this. Okay, again, my harsh edges, I like to touch this paint just with the tip of my brush, like so. So they are not that here. You don't want such harsh lines here, right? You want to have something smoother, like this. Yes. Now the feathers. Where we are. So light. I will not do anything about that. Maybe I will add a little bit brown to it. But here, just this shadow is dividing this pelican into half, like one wing, and on the other side the other wing. Okay, so let's add this shadow here. The shadow, the deepest shadow is right here. It starts like here. There is some shadow that is going this way. Probably this is his back, and the wing is a little bit lower. That's why we have a little shadow here. And here we had such nice division line, like this. I'm eliminating the white here, because this white, if it is in the shadow, it is not white anymore, right? So a little glazing here I'm trying to do over this white. And of course shadows are not that sharp, so I'm touching this line here. Very nice. And these shadows are nicely spreading, so I'm just touching that. Okay, Now I like to put some shadows under some feathers, and because I have light from this side, that's why I put the shadow on this side of these feathers. Here we have longer shadows, so I will put it like that. And of course shadows are not that sharp, so let me touch a little bit of these lines, like so. Nice. Here, flat area, right? You don't want flat area, you want to have something nice and round. So I think the light is going this way and going to darks on this side, but I don't want to, sorry for the noise, I don't want to add dark like black. I like to create some small illusion of smaller feathers, and they are going here. They will have nice colors, right, like that. And of course I'm spreading some of them, so you know, you have to imagine them. I don't want to draw them, I want you to imagine that, or feel that these are some feathers. And I like to repeat the same process on the other side. All right, now his feet. The feet, I don't know if you can see it, but light on the right, and we have darks, the shadow on the left. So it's pretty easy thing to do, right? Just add darks on this side. There is some veins or something, and some darks underneath, like here, like here. And let me put some darks to this grass here. I'm trying to think about light on the right and shadows on the left. Nice. Now I'd like to add a little bit more darks to this area. You see, I like these darks, they are nice and deep, and here I like to add those darks here, just to show that this is some kind of wing, and what is happening here, this wing is like over that part. So let me smooth it a little bit like that. Well, it looks better already, right? And let me add a little bit more darks here. Just touches now. It's not much, it's just touches. Just touches. So for the touches, I like to have very thick paint. Here's my blue, brown, blue, and I don't want to add a lot of water here. Just want to have paint. It will be very dark. Is this okay? Okay, so where those touches will go? I like to start here because there is a lot of darks. So a little bit feathers, like so. You know, I'd like to go around his eye. This is how I see it. Around on this side, I don't know if you can see that, but because it is so tiny, a little bit darks, you know, it's just, I'm just showing how those lines are going, how the feathers may be going, which direction. Here, let me add a little bit darks here. I'm constantly looking at my reference. That's why you can see that I do some breaks. You cannot paint all the time. You have to look at your reference. Here is this feather, and there are other here shadows. You can add a little shadows to your browns. Just touch. And I like to emphasize that tail somehow more, like this. And alright guys, last thing will be just the shadow. I like to add a little shadow here. I like this blue. Oh, you cannot see the blue, but yeah, no. It's cobalt blue. I think it will be nice shadow for him. Okay, the shadow will go, you know that I like to touch my subject when I'm doing shadows, so let me start here with this shadow. Yeah, this is the shadowy part, like here too, and the shadow will start here. And it will go like this. Oh, what a nice shadow. Nice little shadow. How about shadow from the grass too? Yeah. Okay. Now we know how the shadow shouldn't be smooth. So adding water. Well, sometimes shadow is smooth, but not this time. Yeah, I like that. You know, I like to add also a little bit more shadow here to his beak. Like here. I think a little blue will help him. He will be more colorful that way. Nice. All right. I think that's all.